72 years unshaken, unmoved from her principles and beliefs. 72 years devoid of a lesser love for her family, her people, her nation. 7 decades and 2 years fulfilled beyond expectation with an unchecked magnitude. A former chief executive officer of the National Center for Women Development, one-time chairperson of the Imo State Council for Arts and Culture, a 1980 United Nations tour guide, human rights and social activist, politician, a broadcaster, a well-seasoned journalist, author, singer and songwriter, patrioteer, actress, as well as a former X Factor series judge, and a long list of national achievements, all accomplished by one woman, an international legend and a flag waver, Onyeka Onwenu. Who would have imagined the impact and performance just one person could bring about? Here is the brief history of the elegant stallion herself, Onyeka Onwenu. Born on the 31st of January 1952 to Dixon Onwenu and Hope Onwenu, hailing from Idiathon North, Imo State, Nigeria, and raised in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Onyeka was the youngest daughter to a Nigerian politician and teacher. Her father, Dixon Onwenu, who was the principal of a teaching institute called Entinowa High School in Port Harcourt, was a well-renowned partisan and an NCNC party member at that. He also functioned as a member of the Igbo State Union and later as the secretary of the Port Harcourt branch of the union. As a dedicated and political economist, Dixon's culture of being interested in the all-round development of his nation, in a way, encouraged his children to take part in nation building in the future. But disaster would soon strike in midday, unknown to the family. Having achieved so much, her father received an appointment as Minister of Education, but very unfortunately for the family, he had died in a car accident only a week before resuming his position. This twist in life would only jeopardize the life of 4-year-old Onyeka and her 4 siblings, along with their mother, Hope, who was a community leader and a choir master at the Anglican Church, and now a 36-year-old widow who was left alone to deal with the issue of survival. And like most oppressed families in Nigeria, they were denied access to their father's properties and wealth, optionless but to live as paupers. Growing up, Onyeka was then supported by her siblings and her mother's people and was educated at St. Cyprian School, Amumara, then Amumara Girls Secondary School, Mbezi, and then in Zixton Grammar School, Ozobulu, Anambra State. Between the years 1971 and 1972, the brilliant Onyeka went ahead to further her education in the Baldwin School in Pennsylvania. She then studied mass communication and international relations at Wesley College, Massachusetts, United States. She also went to the New York College to attain a master's degree in media studies at the New School for Social Research, where she worked at the United Nations as a tour guide. As a tour guide, Onyeka was tasked with showing tourists around, giving detailed explanation about the functions of the organization after receiving briefs and training every single morning. From there, she was able to garner enough information on the state of affairs at the General Assembly, Security Council, the Economic Council meetings, and then subsequently began to work with the United Nations Radio in her spare time until she began working there with the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, as a staff of the public information. After this, the knowledgeable broadcaster returned to Nigeria and figured another way to make impact was by action, taking her voice to the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, where she began her career full-on as a reporter in the 1980s. During her time at the NTA, Onyeka was a force to be reckoned with. Often found with an intimidating quantity of information depth, she was one of the fiercest interviewers who left her guests gasping for responses. Close to 3 years into her broadcasting days, Onyeka ventured into music and released her debut album, Walk Right Back to Me. One of the writers for her songs was the one and only Sonny Okosun, the leader of the Ozidi band, as most of the songs Onyeka used were his old songs she had adapted. When her second album came out, she was already the inspirational writer of all her songs. Other of her popular songs include One Love, Choices, a duet she sang alongside King Sunny Ade. Another of her songs is Wait For Me, also with King Sunny Ade, the folk love song Iyogogo, and Winnie Mandela. Onyeka, only a few years ago, exposed that her hand had been once asked for in marriage by the Nigerian singer Fela Anikulapo Kuti, but she had turned him down. Her incredible performance attracted several awards to her zone, including the Best Artist by Performing Musicians Association of Nigeria in 1988, also the Global Media Awards by Population Institute and Pan-African Art and Music Awards. She also received the Lifetime Special Recognition honor in the 2007 Nigerian Music Award. Onyeka is also recalled for her jaw-dropping 3-day hunger strike, a display of her tenacity at the residence of her former employer, the NTA, in the year 2000, after she had released numerous numerous complaints that the channel had repeatedly played her song but had refused to pay the royalties in thousands of dollars it owed to her. Before then, Onyeka, who had kept a very private personal life, got married in 1984 to a Muslim, a handsome Yoruba man whose union produced two sons, Tijani Ogulede and Ibrahim Ogulede, the latter who would change his name in the future to Abraham. However, it seemed that as time went by, she had separated from Mr. Ogulede for reasons best known to her and her family.
The man was a good man, is a good man, who put up with so much that was done to him that would have killed anybody else. Right. I have a lot of regard for him. The marriage was incredible. It was incredibly beautiful. Right. It was passionate. I mean, it was, let's not just go there. It was passionate. We were friends. Right. We were the sort of friends who could stay in the house for like a month, not step out. Right. And yeah, we were preoccupied, reading paper, doing whatever. He was a very good friend. But sometimes when things happen to people, they change. And sometimes instead of taking it out on the people who have caused the problem, it's expedient to take it out on the closest people to you. That happened. Why did I take it for so long? Because I loved him. And I loved my children. And my children loved their father. So you make sacrifices because of the family. But there comes a time when you have to say, I've done enough of the sacrificing. And if you really care about your children, you save yourself.
By the 90s, Onyeka made a decision to transition to gospel music. She even began starring in Nollywood movies not too long after that. Her first movie was Joke, which was released by early 1990s and told the story of a childless woman who adopts an abandoned baby and decides to raise it. She also won the Africa Movie Academy Awards for the Best Actress in a Supporting Role for her performance in the movie Widow's Court in 2006. She also received a nomination for the category of Best Actress in a Leading Role for the same award name in the movie, Rising Moon. Then in 2013, she was cast and played in the movie Half of a Yellow Sun, which was based on the novel written by the respectable formative Nigerian writer Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, co-starring Chinwetel Ejiofor, John Boyega, Genevieve Nnaji, and others. Playing the role of Mama, the mother of the lead character himself, Odinigbo, portrayed by Chinwetel Ejiofor, she explained later on how challenging it was when she had acted in the Nigerian first ever Oscar entry movie, Lionheart, which was written and directed by Genevieve Nnaji, allowing her to play the role of a strong-willed businesswoman navigating her way in a corporate world dominated by the male species.
Your brothers-in-law are after you, aren't they?
How did you guess?
It doesn't take a genius to know what a widow goes through in our society. My husband and I were childless. And when he died, I had to go through hell to wrestle 60% of his property from the hands of those hawks called themselves his brothers and kingsmen.
That is exactly my predicament.
And you don't waste a moment.
As the days went by, Onyeka's achievements and calculated initiatives grew beyond comprehension as she received international and foreign awards since she had found a way to use her platform to address the issues surrounding women, including the need for women empowerment, HIV and AIDS awareness, gender in social, economic and political structures. As a philanthropist, she was known for her humane contribution to life, coming off as second nature to her. Her heart, driven to support the education, the healthcare and otherwise of women and children. Onyeka, as the executive director of the National Center for Women Development, became a part of the One campaign in Abuja with the mandate Poverty is Sexist in 2015. As one of the driven figures of the campaign, which sought to confront the reason why girls and women must be at the heart of the fight to end extreme poverty, she joined hands with Arun Maote, Nigerian world-class economist, to sign the online petition in the fight. Other issues tabled at the campaign was the need for a comprehensive national policy to include women politically, includes collaboration and synergy for development groups. As a brainiac, also functioning with the women's uplifting platform, the Power Woman Network, she was able to reflect her dreams and visions for the average woman and converted her long dream as a community leader capable of building her fellow woman.
It also has to do about self-love. If you care for yourself, love yourself, you take the time to do these things, to make sure that you're feeling good. You eat well, you eat the right foods as much as possible, you take your vitamins, and just keep going and keep growing, keep giving. Most importantly, keep learning. Never stop learning. Never get to the point where you think, oh, now I know it all. No, you don't. There's always something to learn. Even from a younger person, there is something to learn.
The Elegant Stallion, as she's long called, was a multi-talented woman impacting her world with a powerful voice for social justice and cultural pride. Also a multifaceted personality, she ventured into politics and served as the chairperson for the Imo State Council for Arts and Culture, appointed by former Governor Ike D. Ohakim, and was later Director General of the National Center for Women Development. She is also remembered to have contested twice to take the position of the chairman in her local government, Idiathon North local government area of Imo State, but sadly lost at both times. Onwenu then was awarded the national honors of Member of the Order of Federal Republic in 2011 by former President Goodluck Jonathan. A book released by the actress titled My Father's Daughter in 2020, October 10th, contained a narration of the legendary singer's life, her relationships, her religion and beliefs, as she weaves her life history centering in of the fatherly love of God the Father. The memoir received a lot of applause as the book was believed to have plunged in a whole new realm of intelligence found in the African woman, with the likes of Chimamanda Adichie and Michelle Obama. In 2013, she also stood as one of the 3 judges in the reality television music competition X Factor, moving all around the world and basically touching all parts of the world. Onyeka Onwenu made an irreplaceable vacuum and passed on the 30th of July 2024 after 72 years from what is believed to be a heart attack after she had finished an ovation-deserving performance at a private party on the Tuesday night, a birthday party at Banana Island, Lagos, in honor of the birthday celebrant, her friend Stella Okoli, the owner of Emzo Pharmaceuticals, who had turned 80 years old. She survived by her family, her sons Tijani and Abraham, their wives and children, who took to the public the following morning to express their sadness at the demise of their mother, sister, and legend. The legend Onyeka Onwenu has become one of the greatest and finest luminary giants of the nation, Nigeria, and Africa. Her achievements, works, and efforts will be forever remembered by Nigerians. Goodbye, Elegant Stallion. Rest in peace. Be sure to hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.